Testing 1, 2, 3. Come on in live. Let me get everything situated here. Appreciate everybody being here. Come on in. I am still alive. I'm still alive at the campsite, so come on in. Big news, big news. The Epstein files are going away. Chicken Nugget, hello, hello, hello. I am still here. Made it through the rainstorm. It was a massive thunderstorm. Made it through. Talking low because there's neighbors around. Might rain again. It was pretty bad, but I am here, and it's going to rain again, but I don't think it's going to be anything worse than yesterday. We are going to talk about Trump finally gives the okay to the DOJ and Pam Bondi to release the Epstein files to the grand jury. But we're going to jump into that also. We're going to jump into the crypto bill, how that's going to help out us, and much, much more on today's live. Appreciate you. Mustang Mike, how are you? Vehicle, how you doing? Yeah, he needs to fix this mess, and I got to fix this mess here. I got smoke burning. What the hell would I do here? I got smoke burning in my face. Mike, I'm here. I made it through the rainstorm. The couple made it through. A lot of people left last night. Maribel was worried about me. Ardell, how are you? Had to drive 2 miles to the hotel because I lost all connection. As soon as that live was over last night, and thank you for being here today and yesterday's likes on the storm lightning. I lost all connection. So I'm doing this video early because a storm's coming in again. This will be my last day here up in the camping for a while. We're going to talk about what in the world's going on. It's not going away. The more that Trump discussed the Epstein files, the more it's out there. But now Trump is taking a turn. He's taking a turn and he says, we need to release the Epstein files. So he's pointing at Pam Bondi now. Pam Bondi, you have my permission to release the files to the grand jury. We're going to talk about the lawyer of the victims. So come on in, guys. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully the internet will hold up. I don't know. I don't know if the, I don't know, Chicken Nugget. I have a mom who's not doing well. I have to go there in August for about a week to 10 days. We'll have to see. And I got some plans the month after. We'll have to see how that works out. Appreciate you guys being here, though, on this Friday. And I think this needs to be talked about, so I appreciate everybody coming in here. There's the nice look of the background of the mountains behind me, as it's just a cloud cover. Wild cats, wild dogs, bobcats all around. Is that a bobcat? No, it's just a big cat. So I appreciate you guys being here today. We're going to get started in a little bit. Let's just make sure that the YouTube gets the information out. It is normally, we're earlier than normal because, again, I'm not sure if the internet's going to stay up. Bob, how are you? How are you? I have to see how, yeah, she's fighting some illness now. So I want to make sure that the internet holds up because last night, as soon as that live was over, it was out and I had nothing. So that's why I'm early today. So if the internet goes down, you know the deal. Hasn't. I will come back on. I'll wait a little while, maybe a half hour, and come back on. But right now, it seems to be okay. I appreciate the top fans on this new YouTube. Neil1, how are you? Always good to see you. Appreciate you. Make sure you guys, before I get into this video, check out the homeless shorts. There's a couple more I uploaded. I don't know if they're on yet. I got a good one coming up today. Feeding the dog, and so make sure you guys support and check those out. We're making some progress. More and more people now are helping out the homeless, and more people that were outreach are getting some help. So I just wanted to throw that out there real quick before we get into the Epstein files once again. But again, more that Trump talks about this. The only way, if Trump keeps bringing it up, right? If you bring something up, then the Epstein files aren't going to go anywhere. Yes or no? So he's continuing to bring it up. Billy French, how are you? Appreciate you. And today's news, of course, we know crypto bill into law. I'm not sure how it's going to affect us, but Trump seems like it's going to regulate stable coins and crypto. If you guys mess with that, it was a big deal to him. It's good. And that was top news today. But what else is top news is Trump is now saying a few minutes ago or an hour ago, he's saying, listen, he goes, Pam Bondi, you have my permission. release it to grand jury. But here's the problem with the grand jury, guys. That can go on for weeks, months, possibly a year, if anything gets released. And they're not really saying they're going to release names. However, there's 9 victims, and I forget this attorney's name. Hello, Ozzy. Good to see you. Ozzy, I'm fine. Maribel was panicking a little bit. She even went on Fabian's live because I lost all connections. As soon as that live was over, nothing. I had to drive 2 miles to the hotel. Their power was out, but they were working on a generator and contact Maribel. I made it through the storm, though, guys. Not that you guys care. A couple made it through it. They left. A lot of people left with RVs. And here we are. And I'm enjoying one more day of the camping. Overcast. Very nice weather. About 60 degrees. Freshly wild. I'm doing fine. Thank you for being here. So we'll get into the crypto bill a little bit. There's many documents of the victims complaining. And the victims want justice. The young ladies that were victims, they want justice. The family wants justice. A lot of people want justice. Republicans want justice. MAGA, Democrats, a lot of people. And now Trump is saying, okay, I realize it's important. He says, you know, we're going to release them, but we're going to release them to the grand jury. If you're just coming in, it could be weeks, months, and a year. And the attorney of the victim, he's aggravated. He says this has been going on for 20 years. It's been going on for a long time, and he says we need justice. And he goes, I have information. 100,000 records. Let me repeat. 100,000 records, not victims, records of this Epstein piece of shit. And again, more Trump brings it up, the more it's not going to go away. Now, I do like that he brought it up today in a professional, correct way. By the way, guys, when Trump, I was thinking about this the last 3 days. Hello, everybody, come on in. When Trump was saying MAGA was stupid or his voters were stupid, I think what he was doing was pointing out to Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan, because those two influenced him getting elected a lot, right? Joe Rogan, Democrat, he was pointing that out to those two, maybe another 6 podcasts and Republican Party, Megan, and a lot of other people, maybe even other people on Fox. But it sounded like that he was taking it out on his voters. You know, so that's up to you guys. A lot of people are over that right now, and the world continues. But I will tell you what's not, what's a problem still, is this grand jury Epstein file videotapes. There's videotapes. There's many videotapes. Lemon J, let me just stop and say hello to Lemon J. Thank you for being here, all the moderators. The videotapes are of disgusting, some of them are disgusting acts with young ladies. And other videotapes of his mansion that he had in several states of people coming in and out, housekeepers, politicians, this, that, whatever. That doesn't mean they're victims. And so that's also videotapes. And then there's also videotapes of apparently video action of Epstein Island, of these people that are back and forth into the island. No notifications today. I wonder why. So now Trump is saying, okay, you want them release. Well, let's put this to bed. We're going to release them. He goes, it's up to Pam Bondi. He's given her orders. Pam Bondi, you have my, okay, as commander-in-chief, as president of the United States, who's done so much. You have it. Let's go to the grand jury. But the only problem with that is it can take a while. I would be shocked if it took less than a year. I think it's going to go on for a while, but who knows? So that's where we're at today. 9 victims of this lawyer, and I forget his name, of the and Lemon J, if you feel like it, or somebody else. Lemon J really do a great job at that, and I salute you for that. If you can give me that name of that attorney, the attorney for the victims. There's 9 victims, and apparently they want justice, because there's more that this is out there, the more that Donald Trump talks about. Let's rewind. We've been doing these for a while. A lot of YouTubers, and it's all over social media and the news channels. It's not going away. But the more that Trump brings it up, see, I thought about this last night in the rain, sleeping. I said, the more he continues to bring it up, I know you're like, whoa, Sal. They're bringing it up to him, right? They're asking him. He can just say, end it. But he keeps bringing it up. Now, he's actually bringing it up to give, and for me, in a very positive, professional, accurate way, because he's saying, hey, he goes, let's release it to the grand jury. So now it's out there again. So it's all out there again. And now what's going to happen now? Well, if this attorney and they find out some of the victims and complaints, and I guess the videotapes, they can probably black out certain areas of the children. I mean, with all this AI, they can probably just take out the victims altogether. I'm sure they can do that and put them into the court and into the grand jury, and then they can go ahead and take it from there. Maybe it'll take a month. Maybe it'll take 3 months, but I'm telling you right now, this is probably going to take longer. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. This is going to continue to drag out. Now, I appreciate you guys being here. 162 in the chat, 14 likes. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Before I go any farther, I just want to say thank you. Bob, how are you? Appreciate you guys being here. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe and come on board. I'm still camping. Giving you guys a beautiful view of the campsite here. It's going to take to 2028. Yeah, it might be. It might not be. You know, they can maybe... You know what could happen too, if you're just coming in, the grand jury, after about a month, can say, okay, we've seen enough. Here's what documentation, here's documents, what we're able to show. They might do that and then say, we're going to put it on a pause for another couple months. You know, they could do that. They can release the documents. I don't know if they're going to release any names. I still don't think they're going to release names, but they can release maybe certain videos and footage out there of some of these horrific crimes. This is important though. You guys won't believe this. Many of these documents of the victims' complaints allegedly were other people. So that's important. Many documents of the victim allegedly, well, it's not allegedly, there was victims, right? But these 9 victims or more victims of other people doing these horrific crimes. So that could be an eye-opening maybe to the DOJ and Pam Bondi. I'm sure she's seen most of it, but maybe she didn't see it all. And maybe the courts and the grand jury said, whoa, wait a minute, more victims? So we just don't know. You know, will the DOJ and the FBI do this? And unclassified records. So, you know, guys, your guess is as good as mine. Tommy, how are you? Bob, thank you for sharing that. Dr. Mantis, how are you? We know Trump's on the list. I said this before, we don't know. And thank you for your message, Dr. Mantis. I can tell you this. I'm going to say this again. If Trump or Barack Obama or Biden was on this list, let's just say Trump, if Trump, because you asked about Trump, they would have blew this up before the election. They would have brought it out 2 weeks before or a month before Trump won on a landslide. He won in a first round knockout. If they knew that Trump was on the list or had any evidence, this will be the last time I say this, I hope, they would have exposed it and possibly interfered with Trump getting reelected and winning. So just ask yourself that. If Trump was on the list, why wasn't there anything from the Clintons? Hillary, she doesn't like Trump. Barack Obama, you know, he would have said something. I'm sure the Biden campaign, I'm sure Elizabeth Warren would have said something. I'm sure Nancy Pelosi would have said something, and many, many more. So I want to put that to sleep as far as, but we don't know. You know, you're right. He could be, but I'm a strong believer that I still stick to my guns. I'm going to say this. This will be the last time. I'm pretty positive that Trump's not on the list. I'm pretty confident that Barack Obama's not on the list. I'm pretty confident the worst president in this nation, Biden, was not on the list. And I'm pretty confident Bush was not on the list. So I know I left out one name, but we'll leave it at that. There's one president that could be on that list. So, Ozzy, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Slamming and sponsoring today's live. I went the Crown. Help feed the homeless down there. Thank you, Ozzy. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. That donation there, He helps. He does so much along with so many others on here. If you're new to the channel, that donation's going to the homeless. That's what we do on here. Democrats, Republicans, Independents, black, white, Hispanic, gay, yada yada. Majority of us feel that we need to help the homeless people. That it's just getting worse and worse. However, we are making a difference. I noticed that there's more YouTube channels, Ozzy, and more just people out there helping, and here, at least in Las Vegas. So that's good. And I'm hoping that Trump doesn't forget about that either. And I don't think he will. I'm sure that's still on his main priority. And he's already trying to work on California and building there for the veterans and the homeless. So thank you very much, Ozzy. I greatly appreciate everything you do to help out these lives in this channel. Man, everything just froze up there. Everything just froze up. Where are you camping at? I'm about Patrick, first of all, appreciate you being here. I'm about 45 minutes outside of Las Vegas in the mountains called Mount Carlson. It's a beautiful, I don't know, 65 degrees. No rain today. That's where I'm at, giving you guys a little view. I have a guy behind me. I don't want to show his face. I think we're okay there. All right, Janine. Hello, Janine. Hello, hello, hello. So that's where we're at, guys. And this crypto bill that Trump is very confident says it's going to stabilize the coins and stabilize, the economy. So he's real high on that. That was also done today. But the breaking news today, Trump is saying he gives all his trust and his, his okay pretty much to go ahead and release these files, but only to the grand jury, which could take weeks, months, or even maybe longer. So we'll see where this goes, and hopefully this could be put to bed. When I say put to bed, I don't mean put to bed with the children and the justice that they should get for whoever these other people were to victimize these poor children. I mean put to bed as far as Trump and what else we can do. What else is in, he could possibly do as the president of the United States. And I've been very hard on him, but at this point, he's showing now, here it is. We got to take the necessary, steps to the grand jury. Is there other ways he can do it? Sure. But I think part of this is to cover, not a cover up, but maybe protect not just Republicans, but Democrats as well. Think about that. This is politics. But let's see, guys. Let's see where this all goes. But 100,000 records. That's a lot of records. A lot of records. The DOJ and FBI have numerous other unclassified records. Whoa. So the DOJ and FBI have numerous other unclassified records. Many documents, I quote, of victims and complaints of other people doing these horrific sexual acts with these. Majority of our minors. Majority. There were some that were adults, but regardless, these were bad acts. And again, if you're just coming in, why is everybody still talking about it? Because Trump keeps mentioning it. And, I think he might be better off at this point. He's already said this. Hey, you guys want to hear it? He didn't say it like I'm saying it, but, Pam Bondi, I give you the okay. At this point, like Monday, when they ask him again, you know what he should say? Just take a deep breath and say, we have done what we had to do with the Epstein files. It's out of our, we're in the process of doing it, and then move on. And then I think that should be it. Because one more time, guys, the more he discusses something, the more you bring it up, the more it's going to happen. That goes on in life a lot. If you're in business, the more you bring up something, it's not going to go away. So it's better just to professionally take a deep breath. And I've done it. I've done what we should do. I've done it for the American people. And I think also he needs to say this. Maybe I'm wrong. Yes or no? Am I wrong? I think he needs to start doing American people. Don't just say MAGA. Don't just say Republicans. Don't just say rhinos. Don't just say Democrats. Just say, I'm doing this for the American people. so we can have justice for the victims to the grand jury. Thank you very much. And that's it. That's it. And I think at that point, maybe just let justice, let the grand jury work on the situation. And Pam Bondi. Now, Pam Bondi, before I go any farther, thank you so much for being here. I'll read some comments. I was going to talk about Pam Bondi. We will in a second. Once again, thank you, Ozzy. I appreciate that. We got 26 likes. Appreciate you guys being here. And for those who were live with me last night, it actually rained all night, off and on, heavy at times. And I enjoyed it. I cleared my mind and laid in the tent and finally fell asleep. And then boom, thunder, lightning again. So it's nice to get away. I recommend anybody. Oh, I got a fly or a bee on my phone. I guess it's a bee. Shit. Hold on, guys. I hope I don't time anybody out. Shit. Did I time you out, Neo? I had a fly right on your spot, Neo. It's gone. I was going to say, I think everybody who likes outdoors should take a day or two once in a while by yourself or a friend or a spouse and just get away for a little bit. But my wife, Maribel, man, she was scared. She was scared. She thought something happened to me yesterday. Ozzy, I stuck it out. I was back and forth with the comments you guys were saying. I said, should I stay or go? I got to say, I'd be a liar if I didn't think about it for like 2 minutes to go because of the lightning. But you know what? I was like, if it's not my time to go, I'll go with a cigar. So I stuck it out. They didn't come over to evacuate. They did come by, law enforcement, and asked me, was I okay? Looked at the tent, gave me a little look. I said, I'm fine. And they left. So I stuck it out. So, beautiful area here. Just overcast today. And nice not to see some rain actually today. I can't believe I'm saying that. The Sign Keeper, how are you? Hold on, let me read your comment. I have created a anti-sex trafficking webpage. I have studied that issue. My webpage is... I'll check it out, Sign Keeper. Thank you for sharing that. And good for you. High five, fist bump. Good for you, my friend. Let me read a couple comments here from the members here. Neo says, Democrats release a stimulus that gives the American people 1,000 and send billionaires... But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Democrats have done very little in their any kind of bill or stimulus. They always include it for other countries. Exactly. Here's the deal, guys. As I've spoken to relatives, my uncle and MAGA people, any way you look at this, it's still better off. We're still better off in the short term, long term with Donald Trump. Because you think about if this was a Democrat or, I'll go a little farther, any other Republican running this nation right now, we wouldn't have everything that was accomplished. Think about it. Yes, Trump he's human. He's not perfect. He said some things even in the last administration I couldn't believe he would say. But at the end of the day, it's who he is. Does it aggravate me? Yes. But at the end of the day, I don't want us to be socialism. I don't trust any other Democrat that's moderate. And personally, I don't trust any other Republican right now. Only one I would trust would be Marco Rubio and maybe J.D. Vance. Not maybe. J.D. Vance, and I might be missing one. So you have to weigh things out. Yes, Trump said some things to the American people, although I think it was meant for Tucker Carlson and other YouTube channels, right? I don't think it was to the American people. But we took it that way. We are still better off with Trump. And I believe in the long run, he's still going to go down as one of the best. So we have 331 in the chat. Appreciate you guys being here. Frank, how are you? I'm getting bit by some mosquitoes here. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's doing well on this Friday. Sign Keeper, yes. I come here almost every 2 weeks. Yeah, it's beautiful mountains here. It's not like Tahoe, Signkeeper. It's not Montana, but it's nice. It does rain here, and it's cooler temperatures and things like that. So they actually took my recommendation, and they sell firewood now, so that's good. Yeah, exactly, Ozzy. Yeah. Yeah. Now, if you're new to the channel, hello everybody, and I'm Sal, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to like and subscribing if you haven't. If you enjoy the content, I appreciate you guys, and also make sure you hit the like and subscribe to your favorite YouTube channels, whether it's politics or Trump or whatever you watch. We appreciate everybody coming in here, and at times when we can, we help out the homeless. Give us the Epstein files. Makeup man. Thank you, Lemon J. Mike M, I don't think I said hello to you, Mike. Oh, thank you for being here. Is this about Pro Epstein channel? It's just about discussing what needs to be done and what Trump has finally said to Pam Bondi to release the documents to the grand jury. That's what we're talking about, a little bit of crypto and where we stand with Trump. And we're hanging out at a campsite. A couple of those things right there, and helping out the homeless. Mario123, I hate Biden. What's up, Connecticut? Appreciate you guys being here. A lot of new names in here. That's good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Taco. Appreciate. Barbara, how are you? King, how are you? The King. Appreciate you guys. If you like camping or you like nature, you like the mountains, take in the view. I'll turn the camera over a little bit. There's a tent behind me there. Somebody's camping near me here. Mark, how are you? Anthony A. Hola. ¿Cómo está? Appreciate everybody and all new subscribers and older subscribers. It's beautiful out here, Jordan. How are you doing today, Jordan? Beautiful, yes. It's a beautiful scene. Raining yesterday. Today is overcast. And I'm able to do a video. And the internet's holding up. Oh, so that's what I want to talk about. So last night when I was doing a live, as soon as I was done the live, I uploaded it. There was no power out here. Everything was dark, no internet at all. And Maribel just seen me live, and she was thinking the worst. She thought the lightning was striking me. She's, I'm going to come out there, you know. She was worried about me, Ardell. Thank you. And she said she was going to come out here, so I had to get out of my pajamas. Lemon J, Ozzy, Mike M. I had to get out of my pajamas and get in the Gladiator and drive 2 miles to the hotel and got a massage from the chair. You know those chairs? Before the power went out, they were working on a generator. Anyhow, I'm rattling on here. And finally was able to text her, Maribel, I'm fine. She's, yeah, but your YouTuber said to go home. I said, well, I'm here. She was funny. She was scared. So she came here today. What a great wife. Brought me ice, fish. Oh, I got to cook some fish. Got to cook some trout today, Ozzy. Mike, trout. A little trout. I don't know. She brought me some oil. She's fried up in a pan. I don't know if I'm going to put it on the barbecue with charcoal. What do you guys think? Charcoal or fried up trout? Trout in Vegas. Imgard Patty, how are you? Yes, they love us, Ozzy, you know. Yeah, Maribel. Charcoal. Okay, we'll go with charcoal, yeah. Yeah, she gave me a big hug and you're okay. You got to let me know next. Well, Maribel, no internet. Yeah, what do you want me to do? So, yeah. Gecko, how are you? Oh, that was good, Ardell. It was perfect. I have one today. I'm having one right now, the big gulp. Grapefruit and Grey Goose. Grey Goose. Got the Grey Goose. Somebody said, propane? Yeah, Jersey and Philly. Was born in Philly, grew up most of my life in South Jersey. Deborah, how are you, Deborah? 192 in the chat, 39 likes. Appreciate you guys being here. Bob says, vote, 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 and vote blue. Vote blue, Bob says. I welcome everybody, and you are entitled to your opinion, and that's where we're at on this. The goose is loose. Yes, the goose could be loose. Might be loose tonight if I have another one. Might be loose. Walked around the campsite, and it's not as filled up as it normally is. I think people are scared of the storm. $100 will knock the crown off my head. Who wants it? Lemon J, you want that crown? Good time. Yeah, I'm safe. Thank you for caring. Yeah, I got to tell you, when I was doing that live, guys, there's no hiding back yesterday. It was getting a little messy and muddy, and that lightning, I don't know if you guys can see it. I haven't watched the live back yet, but I got a little worried there for a little bit. Or as these kids says, for a minute. Let me read Lemon J's comment here. I'll read it here. Well said, Lemon J. Well said. Good comment. Joshua, how are you? Hail King. Hail King Trump. United States, deport Elon. Deport him. Send him back. We don't need him anymore. We don't need him anymore. It was pretty crazy there for a little bit, Neo. It was pretty crazy. Jim Bob Jones says Sal Capano is on that Epstein list. I checked it out. I looked at it. I seen it. He's on there. Are you defending Trump? I'm not defending Trump. If you're on for the first time, you go back to some other videos. I've mentioned Trump, what he needs to do and what he shouldn't do. Am I defending him? What has he done? He's done everything to make us great. I mean, think about it. Ladies and gentlemen, there was yesterday, even Trump can't believe it. Listen to this. 0 people coming here illegal. 0. It went from millions to 0 as the pine cones are falling. 0. That's hard to believe. Even Trump said it, right? Is that amazing? And then, what president? There's been presidents who thought about taking the nukes out of Iran, but no one had done it. Boy, you know, Ozzy, that is a great comment. What a smart... Sal, we can buy the island and make home for the homeless. You know, that's what we really should be talking about. What a great comment. High five, fist bump. No, think about that, guys. I mean, and that goes to a lot of these other billionaires out there. You know, islands. Buy it and put the homeless there. Have doctors and psychiatrists. Wouldn't that be... See, if Ozzy could think of that, some of us can think on how we can make America better. Think about it. But Trump has done... We have a better economy. Inflation's down. The borders are under control. ICE is doing their job. You know, the tariff, the whole thing with the tariff tax are kind of working out better. I didn't think they were going to work out. I even called them out. So he's done in 6 months so much. As far as the Epstein files, yes, I have called him out. I think he handled it a few times not correctly. I think he lets his temper get to him. I think he watches Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan. And I think when he said that some Republicans are stupid, I think he meant it. But what he should have done, I think, was to say, call them out. He should have just called out Tucker. Because when you say some Republicans are stupid, I just don't like those words. But that's been Trump. That's just Trump's way. And again, you have to ask yourself, Trump say some words and even cusses sometimes that rubs your wife the wrong way or rubs some men the wrong way. But like Maribel says, my wife, yes. But at the end of the day, what else do we do? We can't go the Democrat way right now. I'm not saying never go Democrat. Stay with me. Eventually we'll have a Democrat who can, you know, but right now it's a mess. And you can't even have a Republican right now in control other than Trump. So you have to weigh these things out. And I don't know if you pat him on the wrist. I'm not saying to pat him on the wrist, be aggravated, but what else do we do? You know, and I believe that he finally saying, hey, Pam Bondi, do it. Do it now. Get it to the grand jury. So Scotty Fox, how are you? Trump is failing us. The whole thing, too, guys, I want everybody to realize this and put my hand over here. It's the protection of the children. You know, I don't think I know I didn't even, this is, they got to be very careful to protect the children as far as bringing out those names, you know. So, but again, the attorney of the victim says now it's time. He says now it's time. We need justice for the victims. We know that Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell were not the only ones involved. There is many, many more. And there probably is more. How many more? We don't know. So hopefully we get some justice. At the end of the day, that's what we want. Justice for the victims and these young ladies. And with that, then we move on. And, you know, and always keep that in mind. And hopefully we don't get any of these creeps that, like Donald Trump alluded to, do this stuff. Somebody's barbecuing. Trump won't classified because he has them. I'm reading comments, guys. What's interesting to me is this. I put some notes here because I'm camping. Is the grand jury of Epstein files, I quote, has video tapes released. So those videotapes have been released. Now, when they say videotapes, for those who are just coming in, I'm doing a lot of scratching today because I got gnats and bugs. I'm camping. Ozzy, I would cut that head off the snake, but you probably would beat me to it. The comment was Ozzy had seen a snake. I would skin it up. Take me probably 2 hours to skin it. And I would barbecue it on charcoal, and I would eat it with some jalapeno. And I'm telling you right now, that sounds good. That sounds damn good. Man, doesn't that sound good? And a beer? A Corona with a lime in it. Oh, man. And a potato salad. Snake, potato salad, jalapeno. Wow. But, oh, yeah, the videotapes. See, when they say videotapes, according to the attorney of Epstein, and lemon on the snake. There we go. Now we're talking, Mike. Now we're talking. Jeffrey, the videotapes are not just videotapes of the sexual, you know, encounters and what they did to these young ladies. It's also tapes of Epstein people coming in and out, police people coming in and out, house, you know, a lot of different videotapes. So, but that caught my attention today that the grand jury says we have the files already of some of the videotapes. So now, does Pam Bondi have other videotapes? I'm asking. Does Pam Bondi and DOJ, do they have classified videotapes that maybe that's why Trump is saying hand over that to the grand jury, what we have? Dizzy, what's happening, Dizzy? Good to see you, Dizzy. I'm showing Dizzy the cigar. I met Dizzy and we had a cigar together. Never forget that moment. Appreciate you being here. Trump's 2 wings and a bird. Philip, how are you, Philip? Oh, Dizzy, good to see you, man. Appreciate you coming in here. Dizzy, if you have time today, I'm not looking for views. Go back and watch yesterday's a video. That's a good question, Ozzy. Trump, they wanted to go through the grand jury. That's a very good question. Yeah, check it out, Dizzy. The video yesterday, a lot of rain. I had a cigar, and Dizzy, I never lost that cigar. It's a great question, Ozzy. I never lost a cigar, Dizzy. Dizzy's a cigar smoker, a loyal subscriber. Hope you're doing well, Dizzy. I'm not ignoring the facts. Or are you just putting that in a statement? Are you saying that to me? I'm not ignoring the facts at all. Or are you just making a statement? I don't understand. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Michael E. Smith, what's happening? Thank you. Good to see you again. I am. I'm go back and watch some of my lives. These are the facts. Oh, was it? Yeah, Ozzy, that's not a bad cigar. That's actually a pretty good, that's an underrated cigar. It's a good cigar. Really good. Oh, Michael E. Smith, thank you very much. High five, fist bump. I appreciate that. Kind words. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, great camping, Dizzy. I say this to Ozzy. I say it to Mike. Let me, anybody. I say it to you, Dizzy, because you've been to Vegas. I know you like to be around the strip, but anytime I'll take you up here, even if it's for a day. Oh, you like that little rascal hat? Even if Trump was on the island, we all have our faults and personal struggles. What's wrong with that? Exactly, but I don't think he was on that island, but that's just my opinion. Exactly, but well said. I have been there, Dizzy. It's nice. Can't be fresh air. You really can't. You know, it's funny you say that, Ozzy, because there was a couple here in Asian. It doesn't matter who they are. I'm naming who they are, but they're like, fresh air, fresh. I'm like, yeah, fresh air. Ardell, if you want a good cigar that's not too strong and you're not worried about spending $20, $20, I like the Ashton VSG. It's one of my favorite. Dizzy, what do you think? Ashton VSG, Virgin Sun, too strong. It gets better and better as you smoke it. Lemon J, thank you. 59 likes, appreciate on this Friday afternoon. I wasn't sure on how well this live was going to do today because we are earlier and also the internet. But thank you, Lemon J. Appreciate you being here. Philip, how are you? Let me get a sip. Ozzy says, forget about it. 7 or 8 is my limit, my max. You know, Ozzy, I have a neighbor. His name is Rick. He's a supporter of Trump, a good friend of mine. When we go back and forth at some things, he spends $40. Whoa, for a cigar. The most Dizzy and anybody who smokes cigars was $40, and it's usually a or something. But there's not much difference between a 40 or 20 and or even an 8 or a 6. Hold on. Dizzy says, Padron, Damaso, Connecticut. Is that a good one, Dizzy? I don't, the Connecticut's for me, most Connecticut's, Dizzy, I don't feel like, I like to taste something, just my opinion, but maybe that one I like. I like to taste some flavors, you know, like a cherry flavor or pepper taste, that kind of stuff. It's a good one, Ardell. That's funny, Ozzy, because I'm like the other way around. You know, I have spent 40 on a whiskey before, but I hear you. Everybody has their limit on you know. Oh, cedar and and buttery notes. I like butter. Just took a screenshot of that real quick. Dizzy. John says, that you? Yeah, I'm Hank. I'm Hank. You found me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought I have smoke, and I thought the smoke would keep some of the insects away, but Ozzy, a pepper cigar. They Dizzy, what's that cigar by Rocky Patel? There's a Rocky Patel cigar, Ozzy, that has a lot of pepper. You know what's funny, Ozzy? I love peppers, hot peppers, the hottest, but in cigars, I just like a little pepper. It's weird. Like I don't want it to be overwhelmed. We are now into cigar topics, ladies and gentlemen. What the hell happened on this live? Hey, that's what we do. But I don't like too much pepper on the cigar. I like more like buttery and cocoa and that kind of stuff. Cherry Garcia, how you doing? I'm camping, yeah. I'm in 45 minutes, Mount Charleston. Michael E. Smith, let me read your comments. So what is up with the news on Epstein files? I've been working all day. I haven't had a chance to watch it. Well, Mike, first of all, thank you for the kind words earlier. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it. Today, the news earlier today is Trump's finally now telling Pam Bondi to release it to the grand jury. Why the grand jury? As Ozzy asked, great question. I don't know, but he wants the videotapes or any other information that the Pam Bondi has from, from the previous administration and the administration now with Trump to release them now to the grand jury, and then for the grand jury, Hector, how are you, to discuss on. They'll probably go on for a while, and then and give information out as far as the victims. The victims want justice, and according to the victims, some victims are saying there's many more people who did these sex acts that were terrible to young ladies, and we'll see. Who knows? Maybe in a year from now or less, we'll have more information. I just don't know. But the videotapes are big. At least get those videotapes and black out or blank out the young ladies, of course. And I don't know how much we're going to actually see, but maybe this will put some kind of stuff in a better direction with Trump. Thank you, Lemon J. So that's what we're discussing right now. Jesus Lopez, how are you? Mega for life. Jesus says, I'm mega for life. I don't care. I don't care. I'm mega for life. I would include a lot of people in Hollywood. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know about a lot, but probably a few. I'm sure. MAGA for life. Ermgard Batty. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I'm sure there was some, I wouldn't be surprised, a few athletes too. I've said this multiple times on these live streams, I'm sure there was many people on there participating, or at least in the island and curious of the island and that kind of stuff. It doesn't mean they're guilty, but I'm sure there's a few that are guilty. I just don't know if we're ever going to know. I tell you this, the families, the victims and the families, they have all the right to know. They should know. Yeah, they should know. But once again, guys, if you're just coming in here late, the more that Trump discusses and talks about, it's not going to go away. I did not, Ozzy. I did not. Tech 4, thank you. I like this hat too. Cap, hat. I don't know what kind of, my wife got it. It was made in Italy, Janine. It was made in Italy, not China. I don't know what kind of hat though. You didn't ask where it was made. I'm just throwing that in. Deport every Democrat, somebody says. Rhino 67, welcome in. You think so, Alexander Pagan? Did I pronounce that name right, Pagan? You think so? I don't know. Was that right? Pop culture victim says deport every You want to deport every Democrat? Someone who didn't graduate high school? Also Hillary 9/11 with the plane. Yeah, that's a great comment, Ozzy. Read that comment, everybody. I pronounced it right, Alexander Pagan? Good. Because sometimes I butcher names. All right. We got 170 in chat, 66 likes. Appreciate it, guys. I'm Sal. If you're new to the channel, come on in. We're discussing the Epstein files now with Pam Bondi. Trump orders Pam Bondi to forward it to the grand jury. And the victims want justice, according to the lawyers of the victims, 9 victims. And there's been 100,000 records. We're discussing what's next and what's next for the Epstein files and Trump. We are here at the camp area. Can you believe it? The sun is coming out, 45 minutes away from Las Vegas. Jerry, how are you? Good to see you. I hear you. King Trump, absolutely. This is in Nevada. I'm not talking real loud, guys, but there is people around, so I know I seem like I'm a little lower in voice, but everything's good with me. I'm just trying to keep my big mouth down a little bit. Oh, thanks for sharing that comment with us, Jesus Lopez. What's up, Alaska? What's going on in Alaska, APEC? Beautiful Alaska. Send me some salmon. I hear you, Lemon J. Where's the Doge checks, Bobby says. I just want to know where the hell the Doge checks are. I've been hearing about these Doge checks. I don't care. All I want about my check. Where are they? Good question. Maybe next year. Maybe sooner. Be nice, huh? Wouldn't that be nice to get a $5,000 Doge check? That'd be great. All the money, our tax-paying money, send us back some fazuls. Raymond, great comment. Funny on how... I'll get to your comments. Sorry, Raymond. Funny on how Elon and Trump fell out. 2 rich kids fighting. Well, it also shows you that Trump don't care about billionaires, right? That's what happens when you politics. You know, a lot of these people right now, I said this before, who are on Trump's team right now, not a lot. I take that back. I wouldn't be surprised that 2 or 3 cabinet people will be gone by Christmas. It's just the way it's politics. It's dirty. But I also think Elon handled it wrong, too. I think Elon Musk handled that whole situation because he was never worried about the deficit. You know that. I know that. You know that. He was worried about his Tesla and his money, that kind of stuff. But, you know, Elon did, I'll always remember that at least he exposed Doge. And that goes a long way for me. I don't think Trump will stay if they lose the House and the Senate. I'm not so sure. We'll have to see about the House. Because I think you got Texas. I'm more worried about the 28 right now, what's going on with this Epstein. I'm a little worried about that. Yeah, funny joke there. Lemon J, thank you for doing that. I seen that. Thank you so much, Lemon J. I almost did it myself. And I don't do it often. Raymond says, look, in the 50 years. Raymond, I agree with you 100,000%, Raymond. High five, fist bump. Even though he says some crazy things sometimes. Tucker could run the third party. Good time, could very well be. Even though he has a kind of a goofy laugh, but Tucker could be the third party. I mentioned that before on here. I don't know if he has a great shot, but he has a decent shot, good time. There's other people who can run third party. We'll have to see. I don't like a third party though. That's just me. Yeah. Wow, Ozzy. We just wow. As soon as I say that, yeah, yeah. I'm not. Tucker's a clown. That's from Big D. That's not from me. I'm reading a comment. What's up, Kingdom, Arizona? Zach, Mr. Zach. How are you doing today, Zach? Thank you for coming in. Terrorists hurt us, morons. Somebody says in the chat. Hi, how are you? Uncle Charlie, I made it through the night, Uncle Charlie. I made it through the rain. Had to drive around 10:30 last night to a hotel to let Maribel know I was all good. Don't care, release the files, Trump. Somebody says. Do you have to put up with the Trump flag out there? I had the Trump flag out here many times. I didn't bring it this time. It was a big rainstorm yesterday. That's not why I didn't bring it. I just didn't bring it. Do I support Trump? 100%. Do I have a problem calling him out? 100. I don't have any problem calling him out, but I support Trump. And we're better off with Trump than any other Democrat and probably most Republicans. So even though he says some things that blows my mind or upsets me, but I look back and I look at the things he's done. If he came in, all right, if he came in and didn't close the border and this big beautiful bill, no tax on tips, he ran it on that and all that. If he didn't do those things, then I would regret it. But he's done all that. He's making a better economy. He's done all that. He's taking care of Iran and a possibility of nuclear attack on American soil. He's taken that away. Bill Clinton has talked about doing it, never did it. Barack Obama has talked about doing it, never did it. Bush has said maybe we should do it, he never did it. Trump's the only one who had any balls to do that. And he's great on business. Never forget it. You can't be great on everything. And when I say on everything, sometimes certain words come out that could rub people the wrong way. Maybe not you guys, but some of us. And yes, but I still believe that he's got us in the right direction. I mean, where would we be if we didn't have him right now? Think about that for about 1 minute. Where would we be if we had a Gavin Newsom right now, or a Booker, or a Kamala Harris? Any of those three right now, where would we be? I can tell you where we'd be. We'd be running just like that mayor wants to do, grocery stores. We'd be probably sitting home for 90 days. They probably would have some kind of a shutdown, call it something as it is, send a few fossils our way, a stimulus check here and there. I mean, they want to run us. They want to take control, not the Clinton Democrats, not Bill Clinton, but Barack Obama. Do you guys understand? Barack Obama actually started this shit. I have a fire that just went out, and the fire went out. Trump put the fire out. Barack Obama started the fire. And then the fire got out of control in the second term, and then it went out of total control with the last committee, because it wasn't Biden running this nation. Biden ran the nation for 6 months, and then Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, and other people start running it by a committee and donors. But Barack Obama started this mess, okay? I don't think it had anything to do with the Democrats under Bill Clinton. And that's just my thoughts, but, and that's where we're at now. So, yes, Trump, he'll cuss and drop the F word. Tariffs are working. Yes, they're finally starting to work. Ozzy Crosby, how are you, Ozzy? Good to see Ozzy Crosby. Appreciate you being here. Mr. Crosby, price of gas. Somebody just said hi. Blake L, how are you, Blake L? Thanks for saying hi. Right back to you, Blake. Hope all is well. for you and your family? Who cares if Trump's on the list? I'm reading comments on that, guys. That's not me saying it, in case you guys are saying, what the hell is he saying? I think a lot of people would care if he was on the list, but he's not on the list, in my opinion. And I've talked about it many times why. I honestly don't think I'm going to make a strong statement right now. I would say that all the way going back to, I don't think any of the presidents are on there. I really don't think so. And some were some horrible presidents, right? But let's be realistic. I mean, maybe one or two was on the island, not Trump, but I don't think they did any of these horrific crimes. Yes, I do. Green guy. Senators, possibility. Governors, maybe. Athletes, maybe. Movie stars, possibility. All right. There's what? A testimony from girls who met Trump. Well, if there's testimonies, we'll see what happens in the grand jury. But if there was testimonies to that comment, I'm not going to call your name out. Testimonies, why would Trump today, Friday, say he's given Pam Bondi to turn him over to the grand jury, right? He's got nothing to hide. And why didn't the Democrats release these files? Why didn't the Democrats blow it for Trump? They could have took the election away from Trump because they do things like that. They could have brought these files. If they had any kind of proof or any kind of connection with Donald Trump being on that list, they would have brought it out a month before the election, or if not sooner. And that goes on the side of on Trump if they had any knowledge of Barack Obama being on there. Because I've heard that he could be on there. They would have really, you know what I mean? So think about it. Barack Obama's on there. Horrible president, right? Good talker. Possibility going through a divorce. Other things I could say, but I won't. But if they could have said, but he's not, you know. Or Biden. Biden's mine. I don't think Biden, if Biden was on an island, he wouldn't even know if he was, allegedly. Little People Friday. Like that. Maybe tonight's video will be little people at the campsite. Oh, maybe not. All right. Obama was, what's that, 100,000 better? Oh, 10,000% better? You think Barack Obama? In the chat, Obama was 10,000% better than Trump. Yes or no in the chat? Yes or no? The question was, Barack Obama was 10,000 better. Daisy Cutter, how are you? Better than Biden. Oh, excuse me, than Trump. Sorry. Jason, how are you? Laughs, how are you? No. Nick says yes. Janine says no. Space Dog says yes. Barack Obama was better. Okay. Angie says, hello, Angie says yes. James says no. How you doing, James? Joe Charles. Joe, what's going on, Joe? Joe says yes. Good to see you, Joe. Ozzy Crosby says no. Janet says no. Ardell says no. Clinton was the best, Joe says. Well, that wasn't a question, Joe, but I love you, Joe. I voted for Clinton, Joe. I voted for Clinton. There's no holding back here. Maribel did not, but I did. But the question was, Joe, Kennedy. See, now everybody's going this, that, whatever. The question was from a subscriber who said Barack Obama was 10,000% better than Donald Trump. So, I will say this, Barack Obama was just a good talker. So was Clinton. But Clinton was a good president. Money was being exchanged. Clinton did some good things. He did some bad things. But I still think he was the best, one of the best presidents out there. And probably in our era, one of the best Democrats in our time. But that's my opinion. That's just, you know, whatever worked for me. I was doing pretty well with the Clinton years and whatever. All right. So I would say there was more people who disagree with that comment. The camping's good, Joe. I'm doing well. I got a cigar that I haven't lit yet, Joe. Joe, I made it. Joe Giles. Joe Giles. I made it through the storm last night. Maribel was worried. If you're just coming in, I'm repeating myself. But I had to go down to the hotel. There was no, it rained almost all night, Joe, off and on, heavy at times. And I had to go let Maribel know it was okay. But I made it through the night. I'm enjoying myself, Joe. I'm going to put some trout. Maribel brought some oil. We're going to fry it up. Thank you, Lemon J. I will, Joe. Yeah, it sounds good. Forgot the lemon, Joe, but we'll do that. And then I have New York strip. I'm gonna get fat out here, Joe. And I'm gonna enjoy the meal. And then I'm drinking a little grapefruit, Joe, and Grey Goose. Bobby M, how are you? Would you switch your content if you found out Trump was on the list? Trump's not on the list. If he was, and there was proof, I don't think. Look, I'm going to say it for the last time. I know you asked a question. No president is going to come out on that list because I don't think any of the presidents, and we just named a few of the bad ones and a couple good ones. So, John, that's your opinion, John. John the Measure, that's your opinion. Ginger ale and Maker's Mark, 114 here, Sal. I'm coming right over, Ozzy. I don't know. Oh, really, Daisy Cutter? Whoa. What if Trump's on the list? Well, then he'll have to do a thorough investigation, and I think things would change for a lot of people. That's if he was on the list. But then again, clarify, just being on the list doesn't mean they participated in these horrific sex encounters with these women. He's on the list, Sal, somebody says. He's definitely on the list. So here comes people. Lacey Perez, welcome in the chat. These are people that are coming on who really, probably don't like Trump too much, right? Stephen King was on the island. Olive oil. Love that YouTube name. Let me go back to olive oil. Olive oil. Love the name. Don't necessarily agree with the comment. Whoops. What did I just do? All right. Obama was born, yeah. I got to tell you, Barack Obama's having some marriage problems. That's okay. But he's, according to, but if you ask Michelle Obama, she says, no, everything's fine. We're okay. We're just, whatever. Who the hell knows? There's a lot of fake news out there, even though I'm not a Barack Obama supporter at all. Who knows? Who knows, right? I also hate what? I also hate when I argue with my husband. You should never argue over politics. Argue about something else, but not politics. What's up, Sam? I hear you, Ozzy Crosby. Trump is taken on fentanyl. Yeah. Lemon J. Wow. Great. Yeah. Yeah, I'll speak for myself. That's a big deal. Fentanyl that, came through China, went through Mexico, and it's killed so many beautiful people here. Not just young people, older people as well. He's taking care of that and trying to get a handle on that. Thanks for mentioning that. Excuse me, Lemon J. Thank you. And Michelle or Michael, who the hell knows? Absolutely. Another great comment by Ozzy or Lemon J. Thank you. Yep. Who the hell knows if it's Michelle or Michael? Who the hell knows? Right? Will we ever know? Probably not. As Ozzy says, 100% Lemon. Will we ever know if it's a Michelle or Michael? Probably never know. Only Barack Obama will know. That's the only person. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. I want to get something prepared to eat. Ozzy, thank you for sponsoring today's live. I appreciate everybody else who sponsored past lives, and appreciate all your generous donations going forward. We will be live later on. I'm going to get something to eat, smoke the cigar, and we're going to try a live. And I'm looking up at the sky right now, and I think we're going to be okay. Hope the internet holds up, and we're going to have something special later on tonight. So if you're available and the internet's working, subscribe and like, as I welcome everybody on here. Voice your comments on either side. And I have called out Trump. For those who are coming in here right now, I have called out Trump. So, Joe, thank you for that donation, Joe. We appreciate you. Until the list is released, everyone will be guilty. That's true. Trump may or may not be on the list, but until it's released, it will just be a luncheon ground. Yep, that's true. Joe, thank you so very much. We appreciate that. And with you and Ozzy, thank you so much. I will, Dizzy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys being here. Janine, thank you for being your great moderator that you are. Appreciate that. Along with Mike M. What I do without you, Mike? And Lemon J, thank you for yeah, I got it, Joe. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And just goes to show you, Joe is not, well, I'm not going to say opposite sides, doesn't agree with some of the things I say. Very respectful, and you are right. Say it as it is. Not because you gave me the donation. You're right, you know, but I said what I had to say. Guys, if you are available tonight, come on live. We're going to have some fun. Hopefully the internet holds up. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. We help out the homeless when we can by liking and subscribing. Make sure you support your other YouTube channels when you can. Laughs, thank you for being here. Why can't the Democrats be like Joe when they come on here? Yeah, I know. I mean, Joe, it is well said, Laughs. I mean, Joe, very respectful, Joe. Just his thoughts, and he's entitled to his thoughts, but very respectful. I've never heard him say, I hope Trump should blank blank, or any of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And even if he felt like it, which I don't know if he would, he doesn't say it. And that's being respectful. And there's other people that come on here like that too, Laughs. And that's on both sides. You know, we both have to come together as a nation, whether you support Trump or not, and hope that he does the best. Hey, guys, I'm going to be eating. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Love each other. See you tonight. Big shout out to Ozzy and Joe for participating, and thank you very, very much, guys. Take care, guys, and have a great evening, and I'll see most of you, some of you, a little of you tonight. Take care, guys. I'm out. Little trout and steak and a cigar. I'll see you guys. Like you guys care. I'll see you. Lemon J, thank you. Have a good night. Hopefully I'll see you guys tonight. Take care, guys.